You've now entered the chat.
And we are recording.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chat Club podcast.
Yes, I'm Faith.
And I'm Brandon Nels Thomas. Hello, everybody.
Wait for the whole name. Yes. Hello.
Yes. You have to do that. You have to do that.
I feel like my name isn't very pretty like yours. Faith Jerome. Hi, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Well, it's a
very Irish name.
Oh, okay. True, it is a little Irish.
Well, both of my
Irish,
Swiss, Russian. You didn't even say it right the first time.
I know. I know.
You're trying to play cool. Both my grandfathers on both my mom and dad's side are full Irish. So
you're like full Irish?
Half Irish. You know.
Oh.
Because they're both half Irish. That makes me half Irish. I know. Fractions. Hey, you learned something on this podcast.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Faith, how was your week?
I had a good week. Again, I was dog sitting at this other person's house for a whole week. And I'm so happy to be sleeping in my own bed again. So anyway, how was your week, Brandon?
My week has been interesting. It's been great. It's been whatever. I started a new TikTok account because I feel like my other one was just like not it no more.
I getcha.
But right now my username is at Brandon Nels Thomas. It will be changing to at Brandon Nels T when my username can be changed to that. I have to wait until the end of this month to do that.
Oh, that's wild, the rules.
Yeah, I know. And so I'm like getting into like my influencer era. I know I've been saying this for the past like 6 months, but like for real, like getting into my influencer era.
The TikTok you posted was great. I literally messaged him. I'm like, can you show me how to do that?
Girl, that's how I respond. I was like, girl, it's just like, cause I like filmed it on my phone and then I edited it on my computer. Cause I'm just like, I cannot edit on the app. It's so fucking hard. Okay. I just don't get TikTok app. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. I thought it was gonna be simple. What's the app you have to download? Like, I can edit it on here or something.
You might be able to edit on your iPad. It would be like iMovie.
Oh yeah, that comes on the Apple products.
Yeah. Or so that's what you could use.
It's on my iPhone. Can I edit it on my iPhone, or is that too hard to do it on a phone?
I just like editing on a phone is just like not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like not for me. It's not in the cards for me. But it could be in the cards for you.
Okay. Maybe.
But anyways, no, so like I use Final Cut Pro to like edit our episodes, to edit
yeah.
And I've just been using that to edit my little videos. But I post it on Instagram, like on Reels. And that was cute. I just like don't get Instagram's algorithm. Like even on our podcast Instagram, like we can post a video and it gets like 500 or 500 views and the engagement is so high. And then like the next video is like 80 views and like there's like 0 engagement.
Yeah.
It's just like doesn't make sense to me.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how it's for TikTok too. We think that we're posting like really funny things. I don't know.
The algorithm on TikTok is just like.
Do we need to put more hashtags on TikTok? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I feel like if you put more hashtags, it like puts you further down.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know it. I don't know it all.
I don't know either.
I wish I did.
Someone just give us the answers. Have you gotten ads on, or like notifications on TikTok saying like, oh, if you buy this subscription, you get a lot more viewers and a lot more likes? And I'm like, so is all of this fake? Are we not?
Wait, that was on TikTok?
Yeah, they gave me that option after I like posted a video of I don't really remember what I did. But it said, it was like the one where I mistook the word laughter for laughter. And it said, wow, you're doing great. To get more views and likes, purchase this. And I'm like, This can't be genuine work.
Was it like $5?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I was like, I ain't spending money on this shit.
Because I know TikTok's coming out with like a thing of like if you spend $4.99 a month, like there's no ads on TikTok anymore.
Yeah, no. I think this was deliberately for like to get more views and more popularity on the video.
Oh, weird. I haven't heard that yet.
I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Anyway.
No, but yeah, so like getting into my influencer era, which has just been so fun. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to like ease myself back into it. I really want to get into YouTube, but like I feel like I'm so boring and I like can't do it.
I feel like just it's a lot to do all of that stuff at once. I don't know how people do it. But I mean, those are people who are dedicated, like that's their main focus of a job. We have so much going on that we couldn't just do all of that.
So much.
That's why
I know, and like
again,
there's so much of my life.
A weekly thing, not a daily thing.
Right. Like there's just so much of my life that I think I really can't show.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of my life is just like really business oriented.
Right.
And so it's just like and I just don't think that's entertaining to watch, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
Right. And so, but anyways, like my week has been good. Doctor's appointments, which are going good. More news, trying new things. And yeah, so things are looking up, which is great. But that's about it.
I gotcha. Just another average Joe life.
Just another average Joe life. Of course, we're going to do BB recap for Big Brother. Yes. They have changed the schedule on us, you guys. So basically, the new schedule is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So
it's on
pushed
tonight?
us back from Wednesday to... Yeah, it's on tonight.
Come on, man. I was like, good. Now I don't have to miss Big Brother. I can watch it tomorrow. Damn.
I'm going to miss it. Well, it's on Paramount Plus. You can watch it tomorrow.
I know, but I've been watching it live every night when it comes on.
On Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I just watch it on like the live TV.
Fun. Yeah.
And then I have to wait to message you the next day.
Yeah.
But okay, we gotta talk about the live Thursday episode.
Oh my god, we have to talk about Thursday's episode.
Yes.
So, you guys, last week on Big Brother, it was the competition between Jared and Cameron. And last week, we already knew that Cameron won the final round of their battle game or whatever. And, which, kudos to him. And
it meant...
Then what?
Like, him winning that meant he gets to choose on live episode if he wants to play the challenge or if he wants to pass it on to Jared. But if whoever loses, the other gets to stay.
Right. And the challenge was based off of season 16, I believe. Frankie Grande's season.
Oh, iconic.
And this, so like this game that they played, it wasn't meant to be for one person. It was meant to be for two people. And it was when they were doing like pairs and like two pairs were going to be on the block.
Yes, it was, You
know what I mean? And so Frankie was on the block with I believe his name was Corey.
Yeah.
And then there was other two that were on the block. And this is like the same week that they found out that Frankie Grande was like a huge socialite, huge influencer, Ariana Grande's little brother. And they felt betrayed, especially the guys. And so basically each player had to balance the ball.
Right, it's like a pulley system.
On this, on a board, and they had to make the ball into the hole. And Corey told Frankie, dude, I don't support you. This is what happens when you lie, blah, blah, blah. Like, good luck. And Frankie was like, okay, and fucking won the power of veto.
Right? By himself.
And that was just so iconic. Yes. And so they based that competition on that they based the new competition on the new competition on Frankie's win.
Yeah.
And so he played it, and I was like, but here's the difference. Like, he had, 3 minutes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 minutes to complete the competition, and I was sweating.
Okay, listen, this is the setting I was in when I was watching this live, right? As soon as I saw it, I immediately wanted to text Brandon. Oh my God, it's Frankie's competition, right? I didn't get to. But I'm laying in bed. I'm like, my face is this close to my iPad watching it. My legs are like wrapped around like this. And I'm like clawing at the bed. Because I'm like, stop. Keep on going. No, to the left, to the right. And then he drops it for the first time at like 1 minute left. And I'm like, fuck. And so then he gets back up and eventually he wins it. He gets it in the fucking hole. And oh my God, I took the deepest breath. I was like, oh. I can't imagine how he was feeling, but
I was so nervous.
Yes.
Like, I literally was like, when he dropped the ball the first time, I was like, fuck, there's only a minute and a half. Like, that took him a minute and a half. I was like, fuck, like, you only have one more chance. Sorry, like, you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he got it, and I was so happy.
Right?
I was so happy.
And it wasn't mostly just because he was winning. It was because I did not want Jared back in that
Jared in the house. No,
I need him gone. So I mean,
I needed him gone.
House, but
it was terrible. Like, that put me in such a panic.
Yes.
Yeah. But Jared being eliminated and then like going out of the house when he was like bawling and sobbing, and I'm like, dude, like, wait until you fucking enter into the real world, because you are a very hated player in this game. Yeah. Like, you are a very hated player. Yes. And he was like sobbing or whatever. And I loved America's like,
sorry,
goodbye
bye.
message. Sorry, bye. And I was like, same.
Be real.
Did you watch any of his interviews?
Yeah, I did with Taylor and Kat.
Same.
Asking or telling him, or, asking him about the whole R-word situation.
Yeah.
And how he was asking, like, prying into Blue, asking, what's your body count and shit like that. And how he just is now picturing women as people or whatever. And I told Brandon, I'm like, he's doing really good with, like, knowing what to say to try and cover his tracks, but
I just feel like that's just, like, being misconstrued. No, sir, that's not being misconstrued. You were caught on live television, on the live feeds, saying what you said. It wasn't edited and sliced up and, like, put on an episode, okay? It wasn't, like, you don't have the benefit of the doubt here. Like, you said what you said.
Yep. Own it now.
Like, it's not because it's not the edit. Like, it was unedited. Like, it was on the live feeds. This is what you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, like, and I, like, honestly, he needs to thank CBS for, like, giving him such a good fucking edit.
Seriously. It's all because of Suri, though.
Because
if he didn't have that connection to fucking Suri, he would be gone. Just like that Luke guy. He would have been fucking out of this house after he used that slur.
Oh, he would have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gone. But, he I don't know. And, like, I was, like, reading some comments and people were like, now production had to inform him on, like, what he said in the house and what is a red flag and, like, what they're going to be asking him in the interviews, and, like, giving him some pointers and giving him, like, feedback, so he is prepared for anything that he goes into. And so, like, that's why I think that he was so well. I mean, he wasn't, like, well, but like, he wasn't
like panicking and saying like that a lot. Like, he had something to say.
Like, he knew. Yeah. Right. He knew those questions were going to be asked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that's really fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm. I want you to get obliterated, I'm just kidding.
Right. Literally, okay.
Did you see Izzy's interviews, though? Because after she left the house, they asked her, like, what she thought about all those things. And she would just say, I'm not ready to talk about it right now.
Yeah, cop out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if they, like, met and talked yet,
I don't know. I doubt it. Oh my, there's like a fly.
I see it. Yeah.
Great. No. So basically, yeah. So Jared's out of the house. Thank fucking God. Bye, Jared.
Yeah. And he's not a jury member. Thank you.
Thank God. But on Sunday's episode, we find out like what's happening after Cameron's win. And they had to play an HOH competition because it reset the whole week.
Yeah.
And it was a puzzle. They had to put a 4D puzzle together. And it was like a rocket ship, and they like split it up.
Yeah, that puzzle looked so hard.
That puzzle looked so insanely hard.
I would have been so stressed out. I would have just tapped out. Like, I know I'm not going to solve
it.
This.
It looked so difficult.
Oh my God. Did you see Mimi though?
So difficult.
Mimi was stacking them all up, and she's like, "That's what I realized. That you got to match the outside pattern."
I was going into the competition. I was rooting for Mimi. I was rooting for Cameron. And I was rooting for Corey and America. Those were my 4. And getting the information that Cameron won, I was very happy.
Right.
But like watching the competition happen, Matt was like seconds away from winning. I mean, seconds. That was insane.
I wonder who he would have put up though.
I know. So Sunday, they got the new HOH, and that was Cameron. And I was so ready for it. I was like, thank God. Like, let's go, Cameron.
Yeah.
Like, you got some.
Let's stir up some shit again.
Let's stir up some shit. And I'm like, I didn't like it his first HOH when he did it, but like now I'm like, did I? No, because he put up Izzy.
Well, his very first HOH, he put up Jag and Blue.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And then it reset the whole week.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
And we didn't like him then. We didn't care for him then.
We didn't care for him. But when he put up Izzy and, what was it, Felicia?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Florentine. I don't know why.
Oh, no. Once he like put up Izzy and Felicia, I was like, okay, here we go. Like, he understands like who's running the game,
right?
And he understands what needs to be done. And so comes up to nominations, and it's like going like at first I thought he was gonna put up Corey and America, like I swear, but like new alliances are forming. Corey, America, Felicia, and Mimi, which we talked about last week, but I guess it's like not really a real alliance. But also like Corey.
Yeah, I kind of saw that. Like, I didn't think they were very genuine about making that one.
I wish Mimi would align with them.
I know.
I just feel like she's just like I'm getting disappointed in her as a player because she's like not. Like, she's just, like, not doing what I need her to do.
Right.
Like, at this point in the game, start winning competitions. At this point in the game, like, you need to, like, start making some headway. Like, Taylor last year, I don't want to compare the two, but, like, Taylor last year, like, she was on the block. She was
proving herself.
And then, right, and then people would take her off the block, or, like, something would happen. And then at like in the middle of her game, then she started winning HOHs and like winning power of vetoes and like starting to like make a difference in her game and like which put her to the end. Mimi needs to do that. You know what I mean? So that's like why I wish Mimi would just like start like positioning herself in the game in a better position.
But she hates everyone in that house. Like, she can't.
Hates everybody.
Did you see how she Lysoled the whole place?
So funny. She got that. She was like, they got that funk. And I'm like, oh, no. And then she was like going into detail. I was like, girl, nobody needs to know this. Nobody needs to know this. But what did you think? What do you think about like the Jag, Matt, Cameron, and Blue alliance?
I like them all but Blue. I feel like that's just not a crowd that she would ever want to be in. Like, their mindset, I believe, is like bros before hoes. Like, they're gonna vote her out as soon as they have a chance. Like, they're not gonna actually.
Do you remember?
Like, hold their promise with keeping her safe.
That season where it was like Angelina was in it. Was it her name Angelina?
No, it was Victoria.
She was from Jersey. Victoria
with Cody and Derek. They just strung her along because,
they strung her along. She had no chance.
Right, because it was her and Frankie, and Cody voted out Frankie, or it was Derek. I don't know, but it was one of them, obviously.
Yeah,
it definitely wasn't Victoria.
And I was like, I remember her making it to the final, and I was like, what the fuck? So that's how I vision Bowie Jane or Blue's game to go.
Absolutely. But at least, like, Blue has got some fight in her, and she is.
For sure.
She's always so close to winning those competitions. I want her to win that wall one
so close.
So bad.
I wanted her to win the wall one so bad.
Yeah. But I did realize a new competition should be coming up this year. That's not a new one. Sorry, not a new one. One that was always my favorite, and it's the BB Comics. And because they have these comic verses, I hope they do that this year, obviously.
Yeah. Comic verse is phenomenal.
Right.
I love OTEV.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, OTEV, BB Comics, the Wall Comp, the Black
and then
Room.
They Zingbot.
Zingbot, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think what was the worst thing you've ever heard, though?
What was the worst thing?
The Zing. I would say with
what was the worst thing? I don't remember.
There was one with Christine in the BB16 one. How she's getting too close to her to Cody and her husband. Oh, it said, everyone seems to like you, Cody, except for Christine's husband.
Zing! I remember. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
And I remember the whole, like, everyone. I think Zach, like, grabbed Cody's neck and he's like, dude, burn!
That was a great season. Oh God, but so anyways, so we get to nominations, right. And Cameron decides to nominate Felicia and Mimi. And Felicia is his target. He actually had the decency to go and
flat out told
have
him.
A conversation with him, with Mimi, and be like, listen, like, you're not my target, you're a pawn. Just so we're aware. Like, I want Felicia out of the house. And then he went and told Felicia, listen, I want you out of the house, you're my target. Like, you're not dumb.
She took it kind of well. And she's like, oh, you.
I know. But, like, I genuinely think that, like, Felicia is the target.
Yeah.
But, like, why not Suri?
Because it said that he promised Jared that he would keep her safe, and it looked like he told Suri that. And I'm like,
stupid. Like, why would you do that?
Why? And he wants to be that guy who's like, I always hold up to all my promises. I'm like, bitch, no, you get that hell out.
Stupid. But also, like, wasn't his whole strategy to, like, cut the snake, right. And you don't cut the snake by the head right away, or, like, you know what I mean? Like he was gonna eliminate Izzy and then Felicia and then Suri. Something like that.
Maybe he's getting Felicia too, and not like sending out Suri right away.
Right.
Maybe he thinks that Suri would vote for him better in jury than Felicia, which, like,
right.
I don't know.
But on the live feeds, like, for the information that I've been getting since Sunday, that, like, they don't quite, like, the house is, like, still up in the air about who they're gonna send home, because Cameron ends up winning the veto, which is gonna be played tonight. But, like, Cameron wins the veto, and to me, it's like he's not gonna use it. He's gonna keep nominations the same. Like, there's no reason for him to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but, like, I was also watching the feeds, and they were, like, talking about Blue, and I'm like, did he take Mimi down and, like, put up Blue? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
since he's in an alliance with her, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to
Cameron.
find out.
He's a wild card.
This is true.
Yeah.
And he's got wild hair.
wild hair. But that's basically it. It's kind of like, I mean, it's exciting, but also not that exciting week of Big Brother. Faith, do you want to get into some stories?
I would love to.
Okay, let's get into some stories. Oh, actually, we were talking. Okay, so pause. A few days ago, my stepdaughter Leah comes up to me and she goes, and I'm like, I have like I have this song stuck in my head, and she's like, what song? I'm like, it's like One Step at a Time by Jordin Sparks, and she goes, who's Jordin Sparks? And I'm like, huh? What? And she was like, yeah, who's Jordin Sparks? And I'm like, I cannot believe you do not know American Idol's princess, Battlefield, No Air, One Step at a Time, Tattoo, Homegirl. What?
Who was engaged to Jason Derulo.
Derulo, like, right? And I was like, wait, what? I'm sorry, honey, what? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I started playing it for her. And I'm like singing, jamming, right? Like, one step at a time, you know?
Yes.
And she just like...
Nothing.
She was like,
I got nothing.
Nothing. 14 years old, has no idea who Jordin Sparks is. Insane.
I feel like that song even might be older than her. But I mean, we listen to music that's older than us.
Probably.
And we listen to artists.
Yeah, all the time.
So... That's just upsetting.
Like,
but Brandon sent me a video about how she didn't know. She didn't know who Jordin Sparks was because I have the song of her stuck in my head. And he didn't tell me the song. But I'm like, how does she not know Jordin Sparks? Oh my God, my favorite song is, the one that she did with I thought it was with Chris Brown, but I think that was No Air with him. But one step at a time. Yeah, you're like, oh my God, my favorite, like, yes. She's like, it's like one step at a time. Like, I think like with Chris Brown, I'm like, girl, that's No Air. How am I supposed to agree with No Air? I know, but I got the lyrics right to One Step at a Time.
Yes,
right?
You did. Yes, you did.
You can hear like the clickety clack of
the heels.
Okay, we'll be here all night.
Yes, so good. Yeah. And it's so I'm like. So I'm telling Faith about this story that like is like in my head, like ingrained, burned.
Stop it! I'm thinking about the story you're telling me about.
And there is this roller skating rink
spinning wheels
that we used to like. Yes, the in Portage that used to like everybody used to go to, and a classmate of ours was having a birthday party there, and so I went, and I'm like, okay, and like you're like going around and around and around and around, and they're like playing songs, and I'm like skating, and I see this classmate of mine, who I'm like kind of friends with, like biffs it, like looks like a Bambi out of the womb, first trying to walk, biffs it. And like trying to get up, and it's just not working out.
If you knew who this person was, it's even more funny.
And like One Step at a Time by Jordin Sparks comes on, and I'm like skating next to him, trying to like encourage him to keep skating, and I'm like serenading him. He's trying to skate, and I'm like, it's just one step. It's literally it's so funny.
When he told me this, I was laughing so hard because again, this is all on a Snapchat video, but like the audacity of this little tween to say to this kid who's falling on the fucking ground, just one step at a time. Not even helping him up. Just starts singing to him. And I told him, like, that's exactly so something that I would have fucking done too. And I'm so proud of you.
This is why we're the same. That is just so funny. Oh my God.
And
anyways.
And then I told him another story about that same kid that I had and how he biffed it.
And it's just like he's always
The most uncoordinated child.
Yeah, like I feel so bad for him, but like wow.
Bird, yes.
Literally, but like Jordin Sparks out there changing lives.
Yeah, you're an icon, honestly.
I wonder.
Oh god.
I wonder if like that's a core memory for him.
I really fucking hope so. I really fucking hope so. He's a dad now. Yeah. I hope he sings that song to his child as they're learning to walk, and he'll be like, "Wait, where do I know this song from?" I'm having a vision.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's get
let's
into stories, you guys. Yes, let's get into stories.
Jolene's gonna get so mad at us.
Okay. I know, she's gonna be like, you guys just talk too much.
We're laughing too much this time.
Okay, Mom.
Oh.
Okay, Travis Kelce spotted leaving Taylor Swift's New York City apartment hours before Kansas City Chiefs game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the football player and musician's relationship appears to be heating up quickly as everyone's new favorite couple hang out again Sunday morning. A source exclusively tells Page 6 that Kelce was spotted leaving Swift's New York City apartment around 11 a.m., just hours before his football team, the Kansas City Chiefs, are slated to take the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. According to the insider, Kelce was seen leaving Swift's parking garage in the pop star's black Range Rover. The vehicle took him to the Chiefs Hotel in New Jersey, where paparazzi spotted pics of his arrival. We're told the tight end appeared in good spirits and said good morning to the eyewitnesses as headed into the hotel to get ready for Sunday's big game. A second source denies that the pair had a sleepover. However, Kelce stuck to the team's strict 11 p.m. Saturday curfew. So this is what I found interesting. I had no idea that, like, when a team travels to another city, like, they have to spend the night in the hotel before the game.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Like, do you think, like, they just go there right that day?
Like, if they had, like, a second property, like, if, like, let's say, like, Travis Kelce had an apartment in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he would have had to stay in the hotel regardless if he had a place there.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I know, I had no idea.
Maybe that way, all the teammates are in the same place and not one, like, person gets stuck in traffic. Or they're stuck in their house because of paparazzi or some shit.
Right. Car accidents.
Exactly.
Or
they're all riding on the one bus. If one goes down, they all go down, you know?
Right.
That's a team right there.
So, Sunday night was another night where Taylor Swift appeared at the Kansas City Chiefs game versus New York Jets. Mm-hmm. And she was seen at the stadium with some star-studded groupies, no?
Yeah. They just kept on popping out of nowhere, like another one.
Popping out of nowhere.
It's like a DJ Khaled moment. Like, another one. You know?
And, like, these were people who I would just, like, not put together.
Yeah. Like, Hugh Jackman was there. But
with Sabrina Carpenter?
Huh. I didn't know that one. But she took Blake and Ryan Reynolds, so she's very good friends with Blake Lively.
And Sophie Turner.
Yes. And I think Hugh Jackman, he just got done with a really long marriage. So he's newly single.
Yeah, he's recently divorced.
But I think that's
Sophie Turner's recently divorced.
Yes, and I think that's like why he's probably hanging out with Ryan Reynolds. They're both really good friends. I don't necessarily think he's very close with Taylor, but maybe Ryan mentioned like, yo, we're going to the football game. You want to come?
Oh, that would make sense. Okay.
And I think they were the ones. They were the only ones that were standing next to each other. It's not like he was partying with Taylor and saying like, "Hey, Tay," you know. So
yeah,
I think he was just there for emotional support through Ryan and Blake.
Right. But yeah, like her brother Austin was there.
She has a brother,
and it was like, Austin Swift.
Mm-hmm. What? I thought she was an only child.
No. She has a younger brother.
This is wild. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I feel bad for him.
Right? No, so it was like a star-studded group of group of people that she was
Yeah.
hanging around with, and I was like, wow, this is everything. And it was a little different than like last time where it was like a surprise and
Right.
like
Yeah.
whatever. Like people were expecting her arrival. She like went in the back with all her friends. Like everybody arrived at the same time, and like they all walked like backstage, and like it was kind of like everything.
Yeah. And then she was still like saying hello to anyone who was like recording her. Like, hey, hello.
It's so funny. Like the TikToks
Yeah.
of like the girl that was like beneath her, and she was like zooming up, and Taylor looked at her, and she was like, I don't know, like,
Hello.
I would have died. So, how do we feel about Taylor Swift and the NFL? Like, how do you feel about it?
So I think it's wonderful, but I know that football players in the past who have dated like high-end celebrities, they all kind of get ridiculed because of the fan base. Trying to think like they are like, you know, like Kendall Jenner with all of these basketball players that she's dated.
Right.
Now she's dating a musician, so hopefully she doesn't get too much hate like how she did with the basketball players. And I think it all started with Jessica Simpson dating an athlete. I can't remember what sport he played, but she was like the very first one where everyone like attacked her for dating this person, saying that she jinxed him, like he's been playing a terrible game because she's been this huge distraction for him and shit like that.
Right.
And that like it's like been a roller coaster effect with all these other celebrities with athletes. Like how Shailene Woodley was engaged to Aaron Rodgers and all these other ones. So I'm hoping with how strong Taylor's fan base is, it will overpower the NFL's fan base, and she won't just get like torn apart. Both of them, they won't get torn apart.
Right,
you know?
Well, I was seeing some videos that were kind of like going viral around Twitter X and TikTok. Like people at the MetLife Stadium were like booing her Eras Tour trailer that was playing at the stadium. Like men were standing up and like booing, and like it's so weird to me that like
stupid.
They don't understand that like this woman is a global pop star. Like she is worldwide pop star. Like that's what she is.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird to me that like these NFL fans are so ticked off about it, because like honestly it's benefiting them and the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how much money the NFL is making off of her? Do you know how much money that the Kansas City Chiefs are making off of her? Like, she takes no gain from this. She doesn't take any faults, but there is no gain for her. Like, there is a ton of gain for these players, for this team, for the whole franchise. Like, it's huge. Yeah,
and it's huge for her.
Like, she is like the biggest thing right now.
Yeah, and it's very huge for her for putting herself on this really, really high platform that she really hasn't done before. Like, she has been starting to ease into more of the public eye, but now it's like bam. So again, like how you said, this isn't benefiting her. She's truly just doing this.
This is just like
she's here to have
she's
a good
doing
time.
this.
She's got some feelings.
Exactly.
Let's explore and have a good time.
She is there. She's there just to have a great time.
Exactly.
Enjoy a fucking football game. See the guy that she's dating and seeing. Like, play the game. Have a good fucking time. Like, leave the girl alone.
I know.
And if the NFL wants to like milk this for all it's worth, let them.
Yeah.
Like, blame the NFL franchise, not her. Duh. Like, and like to me, there's this like content creator on TikTok that I absolutely love. I think her name's Meg. She is so funny. She was like, men who think that like Taylor Swift is getting something out of this. She's like, listen, Taylor Swift is a worldwide pop star. Travis Kelce is part of the NFL, which is and he's part of a NFL team, the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's just a player on the game. So he is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. and she is worldwide now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so funny to, like, put it in perspective like that. Like, he's really a fraction of a fraction of a fraction.
Yeah, and Taylor Swift is the whole pie, so.
Right. Taylor
know.
Swift is the whole pie.
That's the title. Another Taylor episode.
It just might be. It just might be. It just might be. Okay, moving on from Taylor Swift. Okay. So, story number 2. Kim Kardashian ticked off Anna Wintour after holding up a Victoria Beckham fashion show. Kim Kardashian left Vogue boss Anna Wintour ticked off when she turned up late to the Victoria Beckham fashion show, sources confirmed to Page 6. The reality star, who's 42, was a guest of honor at the Beckham Spring-Summer 2024 show in Paris on Friday at the former home of the Chanel designer Karl Lagerfeld. One onlooker told us Kim was super late and Anna was pissed because the show was on delayed until Kim arrived. Quote, Anna left before Victoria even did her walk in front of the guests after showing the collection because she was so late to other shows. Kardashian, clad in a purple gown, arrived with her mom, Kris Jenner, who was seated next to Wintour. As the UK Telegraph head of fashion, Lisa Armstrong, wrote Tuesday, the Kardashian fashion show routine is to keep everyone waiting at least 50 minutes before making their entrance.
Wow.
Oof. Yikes. Another quote, at Victoria Beckham on Friday, Anna Wintour was visibly unamused, tapping her watch repeatedly in the direction of the PRs before the show finally started once Kardashians had swept in. On Instagram, Armstrong then posted a video of Robert Downey Jr. Arriving at the Stella McCartney show in Paris, writing proper celebrities who managed to be on time for fashion shows. So that was a little dig at the Kardashians. But I saw this on Twitter X that, like, Anna Wintour was a front row for Victoria Beckham's fashion show. And, like, she was not happy. Like, she was sitting there and she's like, nobody wants to piss off Anna Wintour. Like, she is fashion. Like, she is fashion. And, like, she can make or break you as, like, someone in the fashion realm.
Yeah.
And so Kim showing up late, like, yikes. Like, big yikes.
Let's see how many Vogue covers she'll be on now.
Yeah, literally. But do you know, speaking of, like, Kardashians, I just started American Horror Story Delicate, which she's in.
I've been hearing great things about her on that show.
Her performance on that show is unbelievable.
Oh my God, I want to watch it so bad.
It's so good. Like, she is great. Like, her character is great. Like, the first scene that she was in, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, it's going to be so fucking cheesy. But, like, she really embodies the character that she's playing, which is, like, very much like a Kris Jenner character. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's not, like, out of her realm, but, like,
she really gave it
she really yeah, like, it's a good performance. Like, yeah, you should really get on it. It's really good. But honestly, here's my little, like, hot take with the season. So I was, like, reading some articles on it because I was, like, a little confused about the plot.
Yeah.
And here's my confusion.
Okay.
Because the first 2 episodes I'm, like, watching, and it's about, like, Emma Roberts, who is this, like, starlet, like, this new starlet, and like, just getting, like, she had an indie movie go, like, huge and viral, and she just, like, became this, like, overnight beloved actress.
Okay.
And she is married to this man who I believe is, like, an art collector, and he, like, wants to have a kid, and they're trying to have children, and they try to do it naturally, and then it didn't work, so they are doing IVF, and this is her 9th time trying to get pregnant with IVF. And he takes her to this, like, weird doctor's office, and, like, she's like having like Cara Delevingne's in it. Like Cara Delevingne's playing this like weird character where she follows her around. There's also this other character they call the preacher that's like following her around. And like this whole time she's like having nightmares. People are breaking into her house and they're like they're all warnings. They're like, don't do it. And then like they would like leave a picture of an embryo with blood on it as like symbolizing a miscarriage. And like, so they're like, basically don't do it. And so I was like really confused with this whole thing. I was like, wait, what's going on? And so I'm reading an article and it's based off of a book from the 60s called Rosemary's Child. And basically it's about
the title. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. It was also like made into a movie, and it's going to sound familiar because it's what season 1 of American Horror Story was based off of.
Huh.
So it's like, and this is why I was getting confused, because I was like, I feel like this has like already been told in the franchise, like season 1 and then season 3 and then season 6, or season 7, I mean, like Apocalypse,
yeah,
like
whatever one
they
that
all
is.
Right, like they all explained it, like she was pregnant with the Antichrist, the coven of witches were involved in the Antichrist, and like then Apocalypse, it was like the whole 2 seasons colliding. And Rosemary's Child is a book where this woman goes to this like weird facility to get impregnated with the Antichrist, and so she's pregnant with this Antichrist, and like everyone who impregnated her was actually a cult of like Satanists. And like I'm like watching the show, I'm like, didn't we already watch this?
So what I thought before I even watched this, what I thought the season was going to be about was she eventually does get pregnant, but Kim Kardashian asks her like, well, what would you do for fame? And like Emma's like, anything. So I thought that meant giving up her baby for like a ritual or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Kind of like...
Oh, like as a sacrifice.
Yeah. And, you know, like on the very... I think it was like either the first or second episode of Game of Thrones when Khaleesi gets pregnant. But then her husband, Khal Drogo, a.k.a. Jason Momoa, he's like pretty much like a vegetable dead at this point. And she wanted him to be brought back. So she gives up her baby.
Her unborn child.
Yeah. And... yeah, and it still didn't work out for her. So I thought it was something. I thought it was going to be something like that,
which would have been a way more interesting season. But like, so it's in 2 parts, like they did last season. I never like I haven't watched a complete season since like Apocalypse.
Last year's was something about NYC. I didn't watch that either. It was
about the gays, yeah.
Oh, the last one I saw was double feature, and I only watched the first part, and I didn't even finish it because it was way more cannibalistic, gruesome than Hotel was. And I remember I was on this like real big kick or fad of eating spinach wraps for sandwiches. And I remember making one and eating it, and I would see them like grinding meat in a blender and drinking it, and I'm like, I'm done. And guess what? I tried making one last week because I was like, okay, it's been 2 years. I bet you it'll be good. No, it was like a taste of a vision, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I can't fucking do it. Okay. So. Yeah. It ruined it for me.
So they're doing a double feature like they did the past. I don't know if last season was one, but the other one was.
Yeah.
And what I think it is, okay, so like Rosemary's Child was a book, and then like a few years later it came out with a sequel with The Child of Rosemary.
Okay.
So like so I think what it is, it's gonna be like this whole, it's gonna be like season 1 of American Horror Story for first part, and then it's gonna be season Apocalypse for the second part.
I can't do this.
So can we talk about, can we like all just agree that like the show should have ended with Apocalypse?
Yeah. But
like that would have just been a great finale.
Was 1985 after Apocalypse? Because that was pretty good. But
I never finished it.
Oh really?
I started it, never finished it.
It was like a nice It was nice. It was a nice slasher one. I meant like it was a it was a good one to like have not so much like ghosty, spooky shit. I wish there was some, but not like it wasn't the whole season. It was something that was just like a slasher movie pretty much. And I thought that was kind of a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Ryan Murphy, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
But you should give it a try. Kim Kardashian's really good in it.
I gotta find somewhere to watch it. But what is fantastic is Scream Queens, and I wish they continued that. That was amazing.
I need a Scream Queens reboot for sure.
And I don't like Leah Michelle, but I liked her in that show. Her
Yeah,
and
it
Emma
was
Roberts, beautiful combo.
All right, story 3.
Oh wow, I forgot we had a third story.
I know, but like this is like all tangent. Like we're on this huge tangent. Okay.
Julie's gonna hate this. Okay.
So you might be interested in this one since you were a fan of this show.
Okay.
Joshua Jackson, who was caught off guard by Jodie Turner Smith divorce.
Nothing's ringing a bell.
Okay, so Joshua Jackson was reportedly caught off guard by Jodie Turner Smith's decision to end their marriage after nearly 4 years. A source tells Us Weekly Tuesday that the Dawson Creek alum did not think that the pair's marital woes were source enough to warrant a divorce. Quote, Joshua was clearly caught off guard by Jodie's decision of the divorce, the source says. Quote, they had their issues, as many couples do, especially two busy actors who are also juggling a child. They continued, Joshua obviously didn't realize it was that bad, but Jodie was very unhappy. The couple's friends reportedly just as shocked of the news of their split as he was. Quote, their friends are baffled and trying to understand how this came about, the source adds. So they were married for almost 4 years.
And he's just from Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know.
I never watched that show.
I thought you were
One
watching
Tree
it.
Hill.
Was it that you were watching in Florida?
Yeah, that was One Tree Hill. They're pretty much the same show.
Interesting.
He was on this one show called Fringe, I think, and it was like this sci-fi, spooky. I think it was on Fox. That was like when. What was that?
It's okay. It's okay.
Is that all your drinks?
It's okay. Just one. It's okay. I set my iPad down and it like fell over.
It didn't spill on the iPad though, right?
No. iPad safe.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Well, let's wrap this up before it gets sticky.
Oh, yeah, okay. Go on.
I have nothing more to say, but so sorry about your marriage. Let's patch some things up. I'm so uncomfortable. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know these two actors.
Yeah.
I just saw that they're like, I know, like they were making
Mail.
waves.
Yeah.
Yes.
You found it?
And so, yeah, no, I found it on page 6. But I saw it a few days ago, and then I just saw today that he was like blindsided by it. So interesting to hear what's going to come about of this divorce.
Yes. I don't know.
Okay.
This is a ton of a story.
Yeah.
But I did hear
This is why I picked that story last.
It's because he thought I liked the show, and I probably would have added more to it.
Yes, that's why I picked it. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can see why he did this.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's something, but Chad Michael Murray's on a new show. It's on the CW, back where the One Tree Hill was on. I'm not sure what it's about, but I was going to look into it because he is still McDreamy. Okay. Do you like
financial compensation?
Which one did you like him better as? Do you like him? Wait, did you ever watch One Tree Hill?
I watched the first 3 seasons.
That's enough. Okay. So do you like him better as Lucas Scott, or do you like him better as Austin Ames or Jake from Freaky Friday?
I have to say Austin Ames.
Always.
Because he's just like everything.
I know. There's this thing, I think I sent it to you, how he was reading off something and it said, my sexuality came about when Austin Ames licked his fingers in football, and it was like before he was like throwing the ball before the game, and I could not agree more with that statement. It was fantastic. And guess what?
Oh my God.
I was rewatching that movie like last week, right when I got home, and I saw that moment. I'm like, yep, that'll do it. Okay.
That will do it.
Where's my vibrator?
Oh,
I'm
man.
just kidding. This got after dark.
It is now an evening podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I should show my winnings next podcast of what I won at this bachelorette party I was at last week.
Oh my God, yes.
Next episode,
Make a TikTok about it.
I should. We'll see.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching this week's episode. We are the Chat Club Podcast, your favorite evening podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, TikTok, at the Chat Club, at Brandon Nels Thomas, at Faith Jerome, or it's Faith Jerome. We are everywhere on podcast for the rest of the season. Next season, we are going to just be exclusively on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So make sure you guys follow us on there. We're also on YouTube for you visual listeners. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/@thechatclubpodcast. And thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And we will see you guys next week.
Thanks, everybody. See you next one.
Bye.